Silence, you fools! You treat my patience. Eternia will be mine. Welcome back, guys, to the channel. This is for one of my favorite statues. I've got this guy packed up for so long in storage, and just now with my 365 days of quarantine reviews, I have unpacked him again and I am so much in love with him again. This is Skeletor from the Masters of the Universe line from Sideshow Collectibles. Some new interpretations of these characters by Sideshow in 1/5 scale. Unfortunately, the line wasn't too long, at least not up to now. Maybe they will continue, I hope so. But since I think 2 or 3 years, not a new statue was announced or was released. The last was Orko in the line. But anyway, so we've got, I think, 6 pieces in this line up to now, and all are masterpieces. It started off with He-Man, then we got Skeletor, we've got Evil Lyn, we got She-Ra, and we've got Orko, and I think that's it, to be honest. So probably it was only 5 statues. Anyway, we're talking about Skeletor here. I will unpack the others in a few days and we'll do video reviews of them as well. But now let's talk about this handsome guy here. So Skeletor is probably one of the best known villains of the 80s. He was, of course, the arch villain of He-Man in the 80s cartoon. And man, it was so much fun to watch the cartoon back then as a kid. He always had very good humor, dark humor, and he insulted all of his his servants, especially Beastman, but also all the others like Evil Lyn. And it was so much fun here to watch this character in the Filmation series. Really, really nice. And Sideshow here really brought it to another level with this fantastic statue. As I said, this is a own interpretation of Sideshow of this character. So he never appeared like that in any comic or cartoon or movie. It's more or less some kind of mixture of a lot of influences. So let's start off with the review without further ado, and let's start off with the base here. The base is really, really well done. It resembles Snake Mountain here, with the snake having this lava pond down there, and then the little lava waterfall here coming out of the mouth of the snake. The snake is pretty well designed, nice colors to it. Of course, the purple that resembles Snake Mountain is in there, but also some blues and of course grays. Very good shading, and you can see that the snake is kind of a stone structure with cracks all over there. The lava pond is done pretty nice. I mean, it's nothing too special, but it's good enough, serves its purpose. And then the snake goes really all around the base here, as you can see. So practically the base consists of this snake and then also some rocks there, and Skeletor is standing here on one of those rocks, which look good. They do not look super good, but I think they are pretty well done for what it is. So the base, of course, fits the focus there, fits the statue very well. I would say it doesn't take anything from the character itself, and accomplishes it really nicely. Love it. And then coming to the figure itself, he's really well done. So he's got a lot of very nice details, a lot of skulls, of course, that you would expect here from Skeletor. Let's start off with the toes, so you can see, or the feet. So he's bare-feeted, which is very true to the character. He always was bare-feeted, already as the action figure and also in the cartoons. Then he's got this very stylized foot and leg protectors here with the skulls, always one of the skulls here, and some ornaments. Really nicely colored here in silver and some black shadings. The same, of course, over there with this foot here, looking really good. And then he's got his traditional blue coloring on the legs, very muscular. You know that all these figures here in the 80s were really juiced up, way over the top, and that was what kids liked back then. And probably they still like it, but they don't get it because times change and now everything is super politically and whatever correct. But anyway, so you can see that I'm a kid of the 80s, so I really was raised with these kind of figures, so I love them. Then he's got this loincloth, which is really well done, pretty large, really well designed here, as you can see, with all of these ornaments. And of course I love this belt. You have these two snakes, and then you have Hordak here, who is the let's say mentor, teacher of Skeletor, and Skeletor later betrayed Hordak. That's a great storyline here in the Masters of the Universe canon. So really great to see Hordak here on the statue. It would have been so great if we would have got a Hordak statue. But well, it's not over yet, maybe. Tweederhead, I think, Tweederhead got the, or took over the license from Sideshow, or they are collaborating. They only brought out one figure, as I said. This was Orko. But I think Chad from Tweederhead is still trying to continue this line. There's some license issues, I believe, with Mattel due to the upcoming movie. I think Mattel more or less terminated all the old contracts, licensing contracts with everybody, more or less because they probably thought they would take the whole merchandising in their own hands again. But we will see what happens. Maybe after the movie, then they allow statue companies to continue with their own interpretations of these characters. Probably they want to focus first on the movie versions then, and then come up later with more figures. So I haven't gotten up hope completely. So you can see that he has all these armor rings here on the arms as well. Pretty nicely designed, I have to say. All is done in this kind of metal, silver, black shaded material. A lot of these parts are actually plastic, so that's something that you have to know. It doesn't disturb at all. The figure is of course polystone, but all of these parts here, I think the belt is polystone, this probably too, but all what you can see here, these delicate parts, also this neck armoring here and everything like that is plastic. Even this is also plastic, but it looks very good. So he's got his harness here, having this traditional skull design, really very well translated here into a modern form. And then this is held here by this kind of bone structures, looking looking really good. This arm is also armored, really nice. The magnets are not really strong. That's a bit of a problem here with the figure. It still holds pretty well. This hand is holding his traditional Havoc stuff, as you can see, which is also really well done in my view. So you've got this kind of purple crystal up there, and it shines through, and as you can see, the eyes are colored a bit purple as well, so you have this glowing effect here of this gem over there. So this looks really good. Also the back looks good. The horns pretty nicely sculpted, so really good. And then let's turn it over here. This sword is also very, very good. If you know the He-Man story, you know that the power sword is divided into two parts, and both Skeletor and He-Man, I believe, try to find the both halves of the power sword, and probably this is one of the halves, I could imagine. So really, really well designed. And then this neck armor is also kind of a highlight. It's a plastic piece, as I said, but it looks really good. Gives the figure a lot of depth when you see it from the front. The cape is a mixed media cape, as you can see. I'm not a super fan of the cape, but it also isn't really bad. So you can see that it's pretty dirty down there. Doesn't look like a cape that Skeletor would really wear. It's too messed up, I would say. I think he would use a better cape than that. But anyway, it isn't bad. From the inside, it's nice. It's this very shiny, silk-like purple looking material. Looks good. Also pretty worn on some areas, as you can see. So that looks good. And then coming to the portraits. So this is the one, the modern one, I call it, that Sideshow came up with. Pretty cool expression, very nice skull design here of the head. The hood looks really good. Yeah, he just looks really menacing. The glowing eyes are great, and overall, if you look at this piece, it just looks fantastic. It really calls and cries Skeletor all over it. Really well done. And then you have just one switch out, basically, which is another head sculpt. That's the exclusive. Let's check this out here. Let me grab it. Here it is. And that's the classic version of Skeletor. Yep, that is how you know Skeletor from the cartoons and the comics. That's his traditional yellow skull face with a little bit of green in it, and looking really good as well. Well, it also reminds a little bit of yeah, a little bit of the movie Scream, maybe, of the Scream mask. Yeah, for this statue, I have to say I prefer the modern version more. It just suits the overall design better in my view, but it's of course a very nice option to be able to display Skeletor here also like he appeared in the 80s, or let's say a bit more resemblance to the 80s. So let's give you a 360 look, and then we will be closing out this video. I hope again you liked it, guys. I love this statue really very much, and I think he's sold out, but you can definitely find him on the secondary market if you are still interested in getting a copy of it. So please like, comment and subscribe. Please visit our Facebook groups, the Statue Circus group and the Batman Statue Collector group, for example. We are hanging out there all the time and would like to discuss everything statue collecting with you. Thanks a lot for watching and have a good day, guys. Bye bye.